Hello, I'm Msgr Dariusz Zielonka. I'm Judicial Vicar of the Diocese of Bridgeport and pastor of St. Jude Parish. Today, I would like to take a few minutes of your time to tell you about my own country, Poland. As a matter of fact, this year, 2016, marks 1050 years celebration of Christianity of Poland, baptism of Poland, which was introduced by King Msgr I, inviting all kinds of Christians from outside to evangelize the country. We certainly are going to be enjoying this celebration in my own Poland, and I hope you will enjoy it as well. At the beginning, I'd like to take you over the itinerary we'll have on the World Youth Day trip together, the pilgrimage that we take from the Diocese of Bridgeport. As you know, on July 22nd, we are arriving to Warsaw airport, and from there we'll be taken to different places. One of the first stops is Niepokalanów. It's a place that you would not usually know about unless you live in this part of Europe. It's a place which was established by Maximilian Kolbe, Saint Maximilian Kolbe, as a place that was devoted completely to the Blessed Virgin Mary. Niepokalanów means Immaculata, or Immaculate Mary. It was famous before the war for its very advanced technology, using radio and press of the highest quality to spread the message of Christ. And it was achieved by Maximilian Kolbe. As a matter of fact, when he went also on missions to Japan in Nagasaki, he built a similar center in Japan based on this Niepokalanów Center. I hope you enjoyed visit in this great location. Very spiritual and which we are very proud of. After this, you will see a city tour of Warsaw. Just to mention, Warsaw is a capital of Poland. It's not the first one. As a matter of fact, before it, Krakow had this title, being the capital of Poland for a long time. Currently, Warsaw is the capital of Poland and has been destroyed during the World War II. You will see old part of town, which is beautifully restored to the last possible detail after the war. And then you will see also modern sections that were built after the war during the communism persecution of Poland, which we're not exactly proud of. Nonetheless, you will see also very modern structures which are starting to appear in the city as well. City prides itself on being very active, very modern, and have excellent communication system as well. I understand that you'll be staying outside of Warsaw in a conference hotel where you'll have a little retreat, and it's a place remote from the city itself, but it's very conducive for quiet meditation and a great retreat place as well. Afterwards, I believe you will be going to Częstochowa. Częstochowa, well, it's not an easy word to say, is it? It's a part of a great monastery. Pauline fathers have monastery devoted to Our Lady, and it's called Black Madonna because of the picture over there. Picture is painted, Blessed Mother painted in the picture is almost similar to Our Lady of Snow, featured in St. Mary Major in Rome as well. This picture is said to have miraculous powers, and if you walk into the shrine, you will see many vota. Vota are offerings of the people who received healing or their intercession were granted, and in Thanksgiving they brought different offerings to Blessed Mother, and they are on the walls of the shrine. Don't miss that when you walk around. It's a great place to go to confession, as Polish fathers are always available to hear confessions. It's a great place for meditation and to bring your prayers, intercession to this very powerful Our Lady of Jasna Góra Częstochowa. She is also carrying a title, Queen of Poland. After Częstochowa, you will be on your way to Krakow, the old capital of Poland, which is also recognized as the cultural capital of Europe and held the title a few years back. Krakow is famous for beautiful architecture which was not destroyed during the World War II. Whatever you see over there is pretty much authentic from the old times. I hope you will see the old market square, St. Mary's Church right there on the market square, the cloth market, which is the center of the square, but many other attractions as well. I would highly recommend that you take your time and visit Krakow, Wawel Castle, and the cathedral, which is inside of the Wawel Castle. It was the place where John Paul II celebrated his masses. It was his cathedral when he was the Archbishop of Krakow until 1978, when he became the Pope John Paul II. Krakow has great restaurants. It's a phenomenal place to eat. As a matter of fact, many Europeans come to this location to taste different flavors. Don't be afraid to try something new. You may have also a tour to Auschwitz, a German concentration camp in Poland that was established there during the World War II while Nazis occupied Poland. It's not an easy trip, but it's a trip that I would like to encourage you to visit and to do, because it really is a life-changer experience. You will learn and see about suffering of many people, Jews, Poles, and many others who died just because they did not qualify to be German as it was intended to be. You will also see the places in Auschwitz of St. Maximilian Kolbe, where he died, and Edith Stein. Optionally, there may be a possibility of you to going to Wieliczka salt mine, which is also outside of Krakow. It's a beautiful place dating to the 13th century, at a time when salt was just as expensive as gold. It was used for curing meats, and because of this, to have a salt mine in a country meant it was a sign of a very good richness of the country, being well economically set. The Wieliczka salt mine it's open for tourists, and it's basically a city underground with many different chapels. One of them, St. Kinga Chapel, it's size of a church actually, underground, hewn out of salt rock, where altar and statues are all made out of the salt rock, including chandelier, and also the scene of Last Supper on the wall. It's a very unique place. You will not see anything like this around the world. If you have a chance, please visit that place as well. Of course, the main purpose of the pilgrimage is to be with John Paul II and millions of other young people around the world for enjoying the World Youth Day. Obviously, World Youth Day, it's a spiritual experience. It's an experience that does not necessarily call for great adventures and seeing wonderful places and staying very comfortably. That's why the character of the pilgrimage is well noted in your itinerary as well. You will not be staying in very fancy places, but certainly very good and safe locations. Hopefully you will enjoy seeing other youth from around the world. See how they express their faith, how they believe in the same Lord Jesus Christ. They adore Eucharist, they attend the Masses, they follow the teaching of the Church. They are very enthusiastic about sharing their faith with others. This is not the first World Youth Day in Poland. There was one in 1991 in Częstochowa. As a matter of fact, that was the time I attended before leaving for the United States. And I enjoyed it very much, remembering great atmosphere, people singing, dancing, and rejoicing all night long, waiting for the Pope's arrival, and certainly being with him and in prayer, meditation, Stations of the Cross, enjoying the Mass, and listening attentively to his teaching. It's a great experience, and I hope truly you will enjoy. Before we go on, I would like to mention one more thing. Certainly, you need to know basic words when you go to Poland. I don't expect you to remember all of them, but maybe a couple of them would be good to know. If you like to say good morning, good day, basically, it's one expression, it's called dzień dobry. It means good day, and you use it for greeting. If it's evening, you will say dobry wieczór. If it's at night, you say dobranoc. To say dziękuję means thank you. And proszę means please. If you say przepraszam, it means I'm sorry or excuse me. Both of those translations are accurate from this one word. Some basic numbers, counting from 1 to 10, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you like to say I am from America, you say jestem z Ameryki. But I think you will find a lot of people in Poland would understand English, and you can probably communicate quite well using your native language. If you go to a restaurant, I understand that sometimes people coming from the United States have understanding that most of the food you will see over there is pierogis and kiełbasy, maybe a couple other things. While yes, you can find those things in the restaurants, you will see that our menu is much, much richer, and the traditional things are different that you're accustomed here in the United States thinking about Poland. One of the things I like to try is kotlet schabowy. It's something in the style of Wiener Schnitzel, well breaded and fried, and it can be done from pork or from veal. You can also have kotlet mielony. It's a burger, but very juicy and with spices and also fried around. It's an excellent meal to try as well. Many soups, many other things. You also see that Polish cuisine is very rich with vegetables. We like to use them in many different forms, usually very fresh cut, so try them as well. Don't be afraid to try something new. I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised. Above all, as I mentioned before, this is a pilgrimage. As a pilgrimage, we are going there knowing that it's not meant to be a fun trip only, but it's a time for our meditation, for time to renew our faith, to learn more about faith. As I mentioned to you before, share that faith with others, those who are around you, to realize that the same faith is proclaimed in many different languages by pilgrims from all over the world who will be there in Krakow. It's a faith that we are proud of, and this pilgrimage will give you opportunity to truly express it in places like Divine Mercy Shrine in Krakow or John Paul II Center also in Krakow. Great places when the St. John Paul II was attended and certainly enjoyed. If you have a little more time, I would invite you to see a place called Wadowice outside of Krakow, which is a native place where John Paul II was born. In any case, enjoy the trip and the pilgrimage, and always think about how this experience is going to influence your faith, and how can you share this faith with others when you come back. Thank you, and have a wonderful pilgrimage to Poland.